What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's midday market recap. My name is Brad, and this is Own the Chaos, where we talk about everything over-the-counter penny stocks. Now, if you're visiting for the first time, welcome. This is really the largest and kind of the only YouTube channel that focuses primarily on over-the-counter pennies. Why do I love over-the-counter penny stocks? Well, it's the volatility that it brings, and just the rush that you can get from 1,000% penny runners, even if it's 100, whatever. I just love the type of volatility it brings and the rush that you can get from stuff that moves so wildly here in what we call the wild, wild west of the stock market. So if you're joining for the first time, welcome. Thank you so much for the view. Hopefully you stick around and I can earn your subscription and a thumbs up by the end of this video. So yeah, what I'm talking about today, really, it's kind of been slow overall in the market. Really nice move with ING, what was it? Oh my gosh, I can't talk today. Goodness gracious, IGNG. I was going to mess that up. It's IGNG was the one that had the nice pop-up this morning. But more importantly, what I want to talk about is CMGO. Guys, we talked about this since the 1st of March. All it's done really is gone 800%. You know, quite underwhelming, right? No. So CMGO, I think the trend here, we talked about this at Stockwatch Sunday last night. CMGO, I think, is going to run into that event that is on April 1st, which is the filing that we're expecting to hear about settlement news with CMGO. And it has not disappointed today. 52-week high after 52-week high. And, you know, right now I'm looking at it and it's at 0235 from 003 when we first shouted it out within our group. And if you're interested in our group, it's called WeTradeHQ. It's at WeTradeHQ.com. The links are down in the description. We have a Discord group of nearly 4,000 members around the globe learning and celebrating each other's success. And if you're watching this and you're like, Brad, I hate pennies, that's okay. WeTradeHQ is designed to cater to anybody of any trading style within any niche within the market. So if you're looking to trade ETFs, options, Forex, futures, even cryptocurrencies, no matter what you're trading in the market, WeTradeHQ is the place for you. So let's get started. What I normally do within my midday market recaps is that I, you know, share my screen with you, just kind of let you know what's going on. So this is typically what I'm looking at throughout the day with my equity feed scanner, trying to find unusual volume to see what's popping, and not much really to speak of so far throughout the day. However, IGNG gave us a little, you know, gem this morning, was able to get into that at 5051 and 65, sold in the 8 and 7 cent range just because it didn't like the way that that was trading. But then CMGO has really kind of been the real gem here. So as you can see, so I'm right here on the WeTradeHQ website. It's absolutely free, where you can do real trading view chart technical analysis right within the website. You can search your favorite ticker, talk about it with your friends, amongst all kinds of other free tools and resources that WeTradeHQ has to offer. This is one of my favorite ones. I go live with you guys all the time with these trading view charts, and I just think they're amazing. So looking here at CMGO, right down here at where this green line basically represents where we saw the value here on initial volume. So as you can see, if we zoom in, it started to creep up on unusual volume, CMGO did, and it has since then gone crazy. We talked about this last night in Stockwatch Sunday, so feel free to go back and kind of get my input on CMGO last night. Why it's running today? Well, because people are in anticipation of speculation of a very, very large settlement that CMGO has against basically a subsidiary of Comcast. And so, you know, it could be a very large number. The speculation on the high side, in my opinion, I think the high side is going to be $125 million, which puts the valuation of this company somewhere around 27 cents. I'm not big on valuations of you know, penny stocks down here anyway. You know, really the market, the investors are going to, you know, valuate the company, and they're basically going to dictate the price per share. It doesn't matter if the math says 27 cents. It's whatever the investors think it should be. And so, you know, looking at this, do I think it's going to go to 27 cents if perhaps the $125 million settlement is the thing? Your guess is as good as mine. I think hype is a real thing, and I think leading into this event that is the filing that will be coming out on April 1st is a real thing. And so that is what the ultimate catalyst is here. Looking at the the move on CMGO, it's up 800% from its lows back on March 1st. Incredible move so far. And so where do I think it's going to go from here? I think it's going to continue, honestly. We got 2 weeks roughly before April 1st, and that is when the filing will come out. That's when everybody will find out exactly how much they settled for. And, what do you do after April 1st? Well, if you were in a CMGO in the very earlier days with most of us that were in the WeTrade HQ community, my suggestion was that you probably should be riding on free shares at this point. The selling strategy that we always try to employ is that, protecting your initial investment at all costs. So you get into a position. We're getting into positions most likely to try to watch them, to get them to a point to where they at least double your position. And then once they double your position, sell that initial investment amount. So let's just say $1,000, and then it doubles to $2,000. You're going to remove $1,000 of that from your position so that you can use that money to, build on top of that, reinvesting to build your account, right? So you leave that other $1,000 in there to just do whatever it is it's going to do. And typically, that strategy seems to work out quite well. With CMGO's case, most of our folks should be riding on free shares. And so a lot of people are asking me, okay, what do I do now? Well, it really is kind of up to you at this point. Right now, you're riding with house money, right? So whatever you sell at this point is going to be 100% pure profit. So you could sell into this event. Oftentimes when we see events like this, that is the catalyst. April 1st, there could likely be a sell-off if the settlement amount is underwhelming. If it's not the amount that everybody was hoping for, then it could go the other direction. There could be a significant sell-off. So, there may be opportunities for you to secure your profits either, now or leading into that event. Or you could sell a portion of your profits now and then wait to see after the event if, in fact, there is a 9-figure settlement with CMGO, and perhaps it would continue to move depending on what the price is by April 1st. So there's a lot of, speculation here with CMGO, but hype is a very real thing. People make a lot of money on hype all of the time. Play on the emotions of investors, and so that is. One of the things that is going on with CMGO is that the emotion for CMGO is very high. And so, I don't anticipate any major sell-off until after April 1st. I'm not calling the sell-off per se at April 1st. I'm just saying if perhaps the settlement isn't what people were expecting, then it's more than likely going to sell off quite significantly. I don't think it's going to come back down to sub-penny range right after April 1st, but I would anticipate some sort of selling to happen for sure. Good question here. India 9 asks, when a stock pops up on a scanner, do you generally take much time to do due diligence before you enter, or do you rely more on Twitter feeds? Oh, wow. So yeah, India. So I absolutely do not rely on Twitter for any of my buying decisions. So the worst thing you can do when you're making investments decisions is rely on anybody else's opinion. So what I'm doing, if I observe unusual volume on a stock, I'm going to do my own work. I'm going to go do my own due diligence. I'm going to go through OTC markets. I'm going to find out, what's their share structure look like? Do they have a lot of convertible debt? What's going on here? What's the story? And then I'll make my decision. Sometimes if it's running very fast, let's just say there's a significant catalyst, and we saw that with IGNG this morning, that they were confirming that merger. They were getting rid of LVCA, which we'll talk on a little bit here in a second. But, what I really want to hammer home is do not rely on things like Twitter or anybody else's opinion to make your own decisions. I do not do that at all. Sometimes you'll look on Twitter just to see how many people are chattering about it, because sometimes if you're getting in at the bottom of stock and there's not a whole lot of talk about it, you could be on to something. You could be one of those first people to get in. We've seen that a lot, especially within my mentorship, Kiko's mentorship within WeTrade HQ. A lot of us will look at something and it's like, hey, there's not a whole lot of people talking about this, which means it's not being pumped up. So there could be less cause or less reason for it to be, or less evidence of like a front load. So very important to not take the opinions of others when it comes to your own investing decisions. So what's going on, Christopher Robinson? Good to see you, man. So yeah, it's kind of a segue into this, which was IGNG. So looking at IGNG, made a great move today, earlier in the day. And so what happened with IGNG was that they came out with a press release today. Okay, I was just making sure I share my screen with you guys. They came out with a press release today, basically saying that they were leaving LVCA, which is the original company that their original shell they were going to reverse merge into, and going into IGNG. They're basically just confirming all this up. There was a letter of intent that came out last week, which caused a major move up into the 12-cent range, down from 0.01 basically to 12 cents. And then today they came out with news, and I thought perhaps there would be more opportunity, a bigger opportunity to get into this one. Here's how I handled it. So I got into, basically I told folks, characteristically, I'm not one to just go ahead and slap something at the beginning of the market. I'm not going to just buy in as soon as 9:30 rolls around based off of whatever catalyst. Oftentimes you'll see a significant pullback, whether it's a gap fill or something along those lines. And so for me, I was looking at IGNG and saying, okay, what I'm going to do here, I'm not going to throw the boat at it. I'm just going to at least get a starter just in case it happens to run without me and the gap does not fill. And then it may lend me opportunity to average down or what have you if it does pull back. And so that did. I actually got a fill in at 65, so 0.65 cents per share. Got a fill in at 0.51 cents per share, and then just let it sit. And it got up to a high of 8 cents and really struggled to get past 8 cents altogether. So what happened with that was that, I sold just above 8 cents, part of my position, and then really didn't like the way that it was reacting and sold the rest of it for a very small gain. Pretty much ended up flat on IGNG, figuratively speaking. Unfortunate that the hype wasn't there like we expected it to be, but nevertheless, there was some profit to be made, and hopefully some folks got out of that and didn't get burned too quickly on something like that. It was quite unfortunate the way that the market's reacting so far today. Again, the day's not over. We'll see if this goes. There may be some longer term potential. Just see what happens with IGNG. I tell you guys all the time, there's instances where short term trades are necessary. It's very rare that I make a day trade. I made one today. I'm usually a swing trader, but I just really wasn't happy with the way things were moving with IGNG. And so, but there's also times where long-term holds make sense, and building your account around quality stocks and quality companies is also necessary. So this is one of those cases where I didn't really see got a lot of long-term value just yet on this. There may be other opportunities that could lend that to me with IGNG. But having said that, looks like the rest of the investors are right along with me here looking at it. Right now, IGNG, where did it go? Yeah, right now it's hanging around 6,598 right now is where the price per share is. So, I'm not ready to throw in the towel completely if anybody else is in it, and I'm not bashing it at all. I think, it could very well run without me. It happens all the time. So, it is what it is. All right. So anyone else? Let's see. CMGO in charge of CMGO is basically the play of the day. Unbelievable. VNRR. We'll take a look at that. Andrew, I'll take a look at that, and I'll get back with you. Let me see. Let me just check it out on equity feed here real quick. VNRR. It's already up 51%. I mean, it looks like the train has left without me. I'm sure that it'll continue running. They came out with news. Did they come out with news today? I don't see any news, but I'll take a closer look at that and get back with you guys tomorrow on VNRR if there's more value to be had there for sure. But that is going to be it for me, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I certainly appreciate the view. If you're visiting for the first time and saw value out of this and you're wanting to become more involved within our WeTrade HQ community, please subscribe to this channel. I certainly would appreciate it. If you got some value out of this, hit that thumbs up as well. And that is it for me, guys. Again, the links are down in the description if you want to join our WeTrade HQ community. It's absolutely free to join. Go check us out. Lots of good folks in there. It's a very family-like atmosphere. Everybody's willing to help each other out. And it's just awesome to be a part of. So, guys, as always, I will see you all before the bell. And B Smith is out. Take care, guys.